Okay, so today we are doing a reading for Benny, and we're having a number of issues trying to do this, because every time I try to record it, something goes wrong. The very first time when I was shuffling and laying out the cards, it just didn't record, and then when I was going through the reading the second time, it just stopped and said there was a problem with my SD card. So let's see how we can get through this. The question from Benny is, what is the source of my current distraction-centered mind? Okay, so the crux of the problem in this 9-card reading, this is the heart of the problem. This is the position where the heart of the problem would be. And it's the explorer. And I suppose the explorer is like you're expanding your mind outwards into new areas of learning, philosophy, outlooks, all of these things. It's a real exploration of the different kind of ideas within your head that you allow yourself to be exposed to. And because he's looking at the sun, it's as if you're looking in some way for illumination, for, an answer. You're looking for the answer to these things, and you're kind of been scattered brain in some ways all over the place, looking for this one answer. You're looking for this, the sun, the power, the reason, the radiance, the illumination, the enlightenment, whatever way you want to look at this, for the thing. You're looking for the thing. But behind you here, you have the Father, and the Father represents, in many ways, the things that happen in life that are just part of life that are unavoidable. And while you can, the Father can be there with you, to guide you, to tell you what it is, to explain it to you, to help you understand it. At the end of the day, you need to go through these things. It's like a heartbreak. No one can take that heartbreak for you. You have to go through it. If you've gone through a particular bad breakup. At the end of the day, no matter how much you lean on your friends or your family or whatever, it's still you who has to deal with the heartache. It's still you who has to do it. It's still you who has to do the driving test. No one can do your driving test for you. Well, I suppose that's not strictly true, but it's that kind of a thing that there's parts of life. There's the death, there's the sickness, there's all of these things that there's no one can do it for you. No one can die for you. No one can live for you. No one can take your sickness from you. It's things that you just kind of have to endure and go through. Rites of passages, leaving home, all of this kind of stuff. Just things that are unavoidable that you just have to go through. So it would suggest that you're avoiding that you're looking for an answer for something, or you're looking for power, radiance, illumination in order to avoid something, in order to avoid something in your life that is unavoidable, and that you just have to go through it, and you have to experience it and do it, because you have your back turned to this. So the cards above are what to do or what to move towards, and the cards below are what to, avoid or move away from. So the moon in this position would suggest that you should look at what, in some way, how you're deceiving yourself. What are the things that are the illusions? What are your stories are you believing? What are the things about life and in general in your surroundings, your day-to-day life, your overall life, your view of the world, view of humanity, or whatever it is? What are the things that aren't or reflections of something else, or aren't strictly true, or in some way just not, not it's not exactly lying about it, but it could be, but it's just that you aren't seeing properly. Because it seems that there's something you're trying to avoid, there's also something that you are not looking at. Of course, there's a bit of hope, as always, in the moon, but in many ways it can be false hope, I suppose. And it's not to have a false hope that you will find maybe the answer. The answer comes in getting the message of whatever this is. That you have to kind of look, whatever it is that you're not dealing with, that you're trying to run away from in some ways. There's a message in it, there's a story in it, there's something that needs to be told, there's something that needs to be dealt with. And the way to do that, it's suggested here, is by being simplify things, stop making things so complicated, declutter, pull back, walk out, or you're in the light, walk back into the darkness of just don't be out in the limelight, or simplicity, return to the retreat, sanctuary, all those kind of things. But it's definitely simplicity, and rather than having it big complicated things, we're trying to work out the cosmos, work out the big things, work out your own life, work out the things that are going on around you. The things to avoid is practically trying to do stuff about it. This is still connected to here. It's the opposite. So the guru and the monks pull away from doing everything. simplify. The guru is practical use of knowledge is in it. You're not going to knowledge this out. You're not going to work this out. You're not going to do something that fixes this. It's the opposite. It's not doing things. It's returning. The messenger and the I would say that everything is going, according to divine plan, providence, all of this kind of thing. It's not really saying that. It's the avoidance is not divine will, if you want. It's getting the message. So that it's. I suppose one way it would be like, oh, that's just the way it is, and there's nothing I can do about it. And its suggestion is, no, there is something you can do about it. It's not just kind of letting it be that it's just the way life is, or in one sense, in a fatalistic sense, it's still kind of avoidance. Like say you had a fallout with a relationship with someone, and you could go, well, that's just the way it is, and you could look at the father and go, look, he's saying the same thing. It's just the way it is. Sometimes that's what is in life. But the suggestion here is no. That's not just the way it is. That the thing that you have to do is make up the relationship, is do the hard thing and either apologize or accept our apology, or in some way make some sort of take what has been said about this, rather than just kind of letting it go and thinking that's such is life. The planet is like looking at the things around you that you've kind of attracted to yourself. And it's kind of, I suppose, in one sense, it's a bit of an opposite thing to this. This is kind of, you're expanding out, and this is kind of looking in. It's kind of also this, your place in the universe or whatever. But let's compare it to the moon. I suppose it's in one sense saying, thinking that you're, if you contrast the planet with the moon, it's kind of, well, they're both kind of, aerial planets, I suppose. The moon's not strictly a planet, but you know what I mean? And don't think that, like, there's something about this that's saying that you're a bit delusional or wrong, or thinking in a wrong way about something about who you are in your surroundings and the people around you, the things around you, your job, your opinions, your views in the world, all of those things. That there's something that's what it's not to think that you are. It's not to think that you what you have attracted around you, or what it is around you. I'll get my brain to this. There's something about your standing and how you see yourself, or how the world sees you, or where you are, that you're trying to avoid. That is, it's some sort of illusion around it, and that's not the will of God. That you need to get a message from. It's just part of life. No one can do this for you. The advice is to simplify, keep things simple, look at it really pull back from a kind of a smaller microcosm rather than the macrocosm, and not try to do your way out of it, not try to approach by, being smart about it, or kind of, I can work this out. It's like, when I went to therapy, there was this kind of notion that if I can understand, or I can work out why I'm feeling like this, it'll go away. And it's kind of it's you trying to work it out or do something with it. It's the wrong direction in some way. It's yeah. So it's kind of something you're avoiding that you have to stand up for, or look into, that you've either decided is the will of God, that isn't, or you think you can work yourself out of work it. You can do something to get out of it, to avoid it, to move away from it. Yeah, this is going to be one that you'll probably either completely resonate with you or not at all, Benny. But there's a lot in there, and it's kind of, if you were sitting in front of me, we could probably go into specifics, maybe if you wanted to do that. But yeah, that's an interesting one. Anything left I want to say? The cross ones, the message is not, again, it's nothing to do with doing stuff. It's knowing stuff. And there's still an action in the monk, rather than just being okay with how things are. That would be the cross ones. Yeah, so this is the avoidance. This is the distracted mind. This is what it's looking for. This is what it should do, and this is what it is to avoid. So yeah, that's it, Benny. So that's the 9-card 47s reading that I do every month for patrons. If you want in on this and want your own 9-card reading, or 5-card reading, 3-card reading, or 1-card reading, then join the Patreon at the appropriate level. All links in the description. So thank you.